The guy that tried to force me to play it was also an asshole, so that tracks. But I've played 7 Days to Die. I've played something called Stranded Deep. I've played a bit of Subnautica. I got it for free on Epic Games. I've somebody bought me the Forest once. I don't think I've ever played that game. I have so many games that I've been given and I've never touched yet. I should start doing that. I have way too many fucking games. So, Abiotic Factor is about aliens invading Australia, and you go through a multiverse. It contains a lot of creatures similar to SCPs and has connections to the backrooms. Nice! SCPs can go fuck themselves. Not in a I hate them kind of way. In a they're fucking terrifying kind of way. And they can stay far the fuck away from me because I don't want that shit. Doesn't mean I won't play them. Because, I mean, everybody loves a good horror game that makes you shit yourself. Actually, a game I always wanted to create, and I've actually already got the world built for this, just needs some ironing out, was I've always wanted to create kind of a single player fantasy where your choices actually do affect the complete outcome of the world. And you play it in different stages. Like, for example, there's like 12 to 14 different races. And every race has its own story connected to it with its own set of, choices you can make. And these choices would lead to the outcome of how the entire world is, perceived. For example, if you decide to go to war or be with a war against one race, then at a later point, the races that would have been allies would not be. Obviously, it would be like probably a coding nightmare. But story-wise, I believe it would be a beautiful thing to try. There'd be hundreds upon hundreds of different types of endings, all compared to, what you choose. It'd be a massive game. And it's probably never going to have the capability to exist in the way I want it to. But that doesn't mean I don't have the world. I guess if I think about it, the closest I can think of it to games with multiple endings, like what I'm thinking about, would be Heavy Rain, if you know about that game. Not exactly Heavy Rain, but like the concept of how you can keep going on even if, main characters die type thing. Like I said, I have a brain that don't quit. Yeah, that would be amazing. Yeah, most games like that are text-based these days, and even in the past. But, think of how fucking cool it would be to get that together. You know, exactly. That's the type of game I want. I've got the world picked out, and every single race, would have a special way that it would go about, and they'd have their own hates and likes, and every single story, there'd be like 14 different stories that would shape the world, and I wouldn't settle for couldn't. With the way I would want to do it, I refuse to settle for couldn't. It would have to be beautiful graphics because the way I want this world to look is going to be amazing. And I want the races that I have imagined and even built up with some reference art to actually look beautiful. I don't want some, sprite pixie or something I spend this much time into deserves to give beautiful graphics, beautiful gameplay, like perfect choices that actually matter, hundreds upon hundreds of different types of endings. I'm talking about hundreds of playing hours too. Like with how many choices and how many things can affect the game, plus with the multi-race story of the game. I'm talking about like a playtime that can outlast the general playtime of just Baldur's Gate. And I'm not talking like how many people restart, and I'm talking about if you played the campaign from start to end, that amount of time that you spend there would be multiplied a ton with a story that long and that beautiful and just told in a way that would make everything feel natural while also giving you the ability to choose and your choices affecting every single thing in that world. Every single choice mattering. I mean, probably not exactly to that extreme, but yes. But that is my dream. I've got a world that I want to play out like that. It is a story of multiple races, multiple wars, and a world that just was born from conflict trying to find a peace. And whether you get a peaceful ending or not, well, that depends upon your thousands upon thousands of choices. And there's never going to be one true ending, because there will never be a sequel. It'll be a one game that'll just be beautiful and done and completely completed. I know, I keep going. I'm sorry. I'm passionate. I'm very, very fucking passionate. Yeah, no DLC. Absolutely not. If I were to make a game like that, you get everything day one. It would probably take years of development, though. Yet, DLC isn't inherently bad, but the way these greedy companies have taken advantage of DLC has definitely tarnished the idea. I mean, yeah, that's also fair, but with the way I want the story to go, I don't want there to have to be DLC. I'd want the story to be finished with the same copy that is given out day one. Like, you buy it and it's finished, and all you gotta do is play it. I feel like something like what I'm thinking of, this idea that I have in this world that I've built, could probably change a lot of the ways people see games if it was able to be made. Because it's a really grand ass idea. The reason I never went further is because I know the absolute hell it would take to do it. And not every story has to be convoluted either. It could be a really simple story, just with a lot of background and built in and... Yeah. I mean, fuck. I love it so... I love this idea so much that, if it weren't for the fact that you'd probably need money to even make it, if I could just sit down and, you know, have somebody make it the exact same way I envision it, start to finish, for a deal of me getting absolutely no money out of it, with just my name on the title, I'd probably do it. Because that's how much I just want this to exist. I want people to enjoy it. What's in my head to go out there and be enjoyed by the world. I know, it's not smart to want to do things for free. Especially something, you know. But bro, you met yourself a writer, and stories are my passion. That and cooking. I mean, that's fair. I mean, something like what I've been imagining, I figured I'd literally only charge the production cost, like how much it costs to make it. And if I just, you know, even sold one copy, I'd make back what I made to, you know, make it. Or, you know, something just... Well, probably production costs would be higher than the actual game, but if I sold it at a relative rate so that I'd only get back what I made, or at least relatively low rate, I'd want people to be able to afford it. I don't want to price gouge. Price gouging is stupid. You gotta make it at a reasonable price so you still, you know, are rewarded for all the effort you put in without making people pissed at how expensive it is. I mean, look at Call of Duty. That's like $60, $80 these days. What does it actually add? Almost fucking nothing. It's just a price gouge. Yeah, way too fucking much. I mean, with how bad I heard the new one is, that price should be so fucking reduced. Like, that doesn't seem like it would be fair to buy it for $20. Especially given how some consoles will make you pay to play the online portions. Claire Obscure. Launched at $50. Got on sale for $40. I'm not sure about that game. I'll have to look it up here in a bit. But, I mean, if you love a game and it's worth the money, then it's perfect. But price gouging on a shitty game is fucking stupid, and I will stand by that. That's fair. I'd be willing to try. Like, I'll be honest, I love the fuck out of WoW. But the way Blizzard as a company has been going recently, it's kind of got me wondering if I even should fucking play anymore. Like, I love WoW, I love the story, I love the lore. The gameplay, it's getting kind of stupid. Still love the game. But yeah, with the way Blizzard has been going, I'm not even sure if I should play the game anymore. It's just too much. You pay $15 every month just to play. A new expansion comes out, you gotta pay like $60 to get that. And then on top of your $15 every month, that's a price gouge. That's stupid. And half the stuff is like fucking broken or crappy anyways. I don't know. I mean, I give Guild Wars a try. There's no fucking monthly subscription. I like the games where you buy them once and then you can play them forever. Even the online ones. Like Diablo. Not Diablo 4's Battle Pass shit. That's stupid. But Diablo in general. Like, you buy the game once and you can play it. Forever. I'm still having troubles playing Diablo 4. I think that just happens to do with the fact of how much crap there is for me to look at. There's just so much. I've never really gotten to the end of the story. That doesn't mean I don't like it. I just get overwhelmed with how much there is to do, how much there is to look at. I kind of did that for like the first act. I got to the second act. I was working on the second act. I got overwhelmed. I stopped. Haven't really gotten further. It's not because I don't like the game. I just... There's so much. It overwhelms me. But Diablo 3 is my chill game. The way they do Diablo expansions is actually wonderful. I wish they could do WoW like they do Diablo. You know, no monthly subscription. The expansions you unlock forever. You get cool new stuff. Do fucking seasons and stuff like that. It's not that I want to focus on the main story. I've got a completionist mind. I have to do every single thing in an area before I'm allowed to move on. Because I'm like that, I can get overwhelmed very quickly if a game has too much stuff open right away. That's just how my mind works, unfortunately. So it takes me time to come back and realize that I can do this and I can take my time and I don't have to feel overwhelmed by the amount of things to do. That's another reason why sometimes I just can't play WoW. There's just too much to do. I get overwhelmed. It is a little easier for WoW though, because I tend to run with add-ons that tell me what to do, when to do it. So that's why I can keep myself a bit more contained with WoW. Elder Scrolls Online is constantly updating and adding expansions. Here's my question. Elder Scrolls Online, is that a monthly subscription or is that a buy it and done but you can also buy expansions type thing? So it's kind of like WoW in that aspect. But I mean, I guess I can kind of get away with it because Elder Scrolls is a very big world to go upon anyways. And it's a very unique way that it's played.